Hi, embodiment. I want to share with you just how I work for anyone new. For this workshop I'm doing in Nairobi. It's going to be a great experience, and I want to share for anyone who's thinking about coming to the workshop or not sure about the work I do, or even for anyone who's done the work with me or a single session with me. I want to just go more detailed in what this workshop's about and what may happen at this workshop. So conditioning, we're all full of different programs, conditioning from our ancestors, from the genetic information. So we are living our lives, for example, with a lot of conditioning from the ancestors. Maybe the trauma they experienced, maybe they had to move country, or maybe from the war, or maybe there was starvation. So these imprints have an effect on us, how we live our lives, how we run our business, how we make financial decisions, how we don't complete tasks. So for me, this is really, really important information to take a look at. And that's why I work a lot, for example, with different business leaders in the world, where they may be affected how they're running their business or making decisions related to a wound from the ancestors, or maybe something from the womb or from birth or from their childhood. So these information that's in us, that we're born with, that we've experienced trauma, it affects us. It affects the way we live. It affects what we think about ourselves. It affects how we make decisions. It affects how we really trust that inner compass inside us or not, and what we think about people, or should I say, what people think about us affects us. So this is all related to different trauma and different experiences our ancestors experienced. So the work I do is about connecting to the body information, the blood information, the subconsciousness. Because you may know what to do, but if there's something in your subconsciousness telling you something different, you will not do it. You will fall out of that and go into old habits. So the work I do is about resetting the subconsciousness. It's about resetting the genetic information, which is having a daily impact on you. We often say we don't want to turn to my mom, my dad, and then suddenly before we know it, we're behaving like them. That's because we've absorbed imprints from our parents when we're growing up. Or maybe even a grandfather I never met, I could be behaving like him. So this is all the genetic information, the epigenetic information I've taken into my system. It's within us. The ancestors are inside us. And there's beautiful gifts here for us from the ancestors. So it's really to see what's in our system and what's throwing us out of ourselves. There's a part of us that's whole already, unconscious and aware of how to live our purpose, how to connect, how to disconnect. And that part of us is constantly trying to get into our lives. But sometimes there's things in the way within the body, within the mind, which is preventing us from really connecting to self. So the work I do is about supporting you to clear and address whatever's stopping you from connecting to self, or if there's regrets in the system, if there's old anger in the system, this needs to be looked at. So you don't bring that into your daily life or dump it on other people in your lives. So what's inside is outside, what's outside is inside. It's always a mirror, it's always a reflection. So in the workshop, I'll be combining years of work over the years. The last time, I think it's now, 27 years or something, I've been doing this work, that different techniques has been coming true, and I've been teaching them to people around the world. I had a school in Berlin, and I was teaching around the world different techniques and different ways to clear trauma, how to work with subconsciousness, how to work with the body. So in this workshop, I combine everything And I never know what's going to happen in a workshop because it's related to what you bring to the table, what the group brings to the table. A lot of people love single sessions. I love both. I love the group field and I love the single sessions. The group field is a very powerful vessel of like-minded people who can really are ready to go deep into their systems. And the group energy is really profound about what we can transform and clear within that group field. The container is very strong and transformational. So absolute incredible things happen within the groups. I've seen them over the years. People change their lives in a moment within the groups. So the workshops give you a chance to look at what's in your system, to look at what is pushing you from yourself. Be aware there's a part of all of us which has protected us from ourselves, from connecting to that whole part of ourselves, that's supported us not to connect to our full potential. And that part of us has always been there. So I like to honor that part has always been with you when everybody else maybe let you down. That part of you was always fighting. So you wouldn't experience that pain again from a loved one or someone in your life. So this part of you did a really good job. And then I asked that part of you, are you creation? Is it necessary? Are you still that person or have you developed? Have you evolved? You're not that child anymore in the room, that you were alone, that you need to dissociate. You're an adult now. So I asked that part, are you ready to release? Are you ready to evolve? With no judgments. So in the workshop I will be supporting you to go deep into the subconsciousness, deep into the resistance. Be aware that when there's a big change, those parts of you that was protecting you will find every excuse not to come to the workshop. It's not the right time, it's too expensive, it's not the right person. So all these parts will get active. I don't want to be in a group, I don't want to be around other people's energies. All these parts will become active because it doesn't want you to change. It doesn't want you to come out of the sofa, the comfort zone. Creation is about coming out of the comfort zone. Creation, a pioneer, is in a state of constant evolution. That is the universal code's evolution. The programming wants to keep you in the familiar, because that's not dangerous. So your protection system may have a protection system from even coming into the field of the workshop, because it doesn't want you to change, because it knows that if you come into the workshop, it's going to change your life. You'll be in the unknown. You will not know what the future entails for you. It will open a space of flow, of reconnection with you as a spirit. It will open up a reconnection with mind, body, spirit as one. I love this work because it brings me deeper within myself. I love this work because behind the biggest fears are my biggest gifts. Between the spaces are miracles. I invite you to jump into the unknown and to enter the group field. And the most precious thing in life is time. You cannot take time back. So if you're coming to the group, I'd invite you to commit to looking at the unknown, to facing the fears, to facing the regrets, and to dive in and melt into almost like a swimming pool, an ocean of creation. The work I do works in the background. It works within the vibrational field. It resets your system. It works in the quantum field, for example, and resets the past. So it's like me holding space for that 5-year-old that was alone in the room, where maybe mom left you crying or something, or you felt abandoned. And then suddenly there's somebody holding space for that 5-year-old. That 5-year-old is seen, felt, heard, loved. Then the system resets. In the quantum field, there is no time and space. So if the 5-year-old's wounds open up in the group field, and there's someone feeling you, there for you, holding space for you, grounded, then the part of you that was dissociated and the trauma that was in the system will be resolved. So it's resetting your system, the past to the now. It's keeping you into pure presence. It brings you into presence. So I invite you to really sit inside yourself, to meditate, to go for a walk, and feel, is this right for you? Are you ready for this shift? It's not for everybody. Are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to become more whole? Are you ready to come off the sofa? Ever since I did this work, I felt like my life from black and white to color, and every moment's a movie. So rich and vibrant. Are you ready to come into creation? Are you ready to live your truth? This is what this workshop is about. And within the workshops, it really opens a field of community and coming together and really opening up and being naked within your own system, but being held, being supported, being seen, being appreciated, and allowing things that maybe were holding you back to set you free. There's so much energy we lose on a daily basis when we're not going into a fear, where we will not face something that's in our system because we spend our whole day trying not to go there. That's so much energy lost. It's so impactful on my business. It's so impactful on my relationship. It's so impactful on my health. So if I release that fear, it frees up so much life force for me to manifest, to create, to be abundant, to thrive. Our bodies know how to heal, so let's get out of the way and allow them to heal. Let's get out of the way of the smallness and be ourselves. This is what embodiment is about, this workshop. Thank you for your time. And yeah, maybe I see you at the workshop or a later date. And I've got some webinars on the website if you want to take a look at the work and feel in if it's right for you. Thank you. And maybe I'll see you in Nairobi.